Hi Joyce, looking at your architecture assignments, and these look outstanding. As I'm looking at sort of this little cover page here, these are really, really fantastic. So we'll dive in here. And let's see what comes up. Okay, good. And um, for some reason, I don't know what Google, if they don't show the photo information over here, but boy oh boy, what a beautiful shot. Um, and being able to use the HDR, doing the combination of those. So I see you did this in Photomatics here. I see the little watermark right there, but you can get, if you like the HDR stuff, you can get the discount too. There's also on that Photomatic website, you can get this program, if you like it, for 25 bucks. So look on the, you just did an outstanding job with this right here. So if you're interested in that, look on their website. They have someplace on there where it says for students and for teachers. So if you're a teacher, you can get it for free. If you're a student, you can get it for 25 bucks. So instead of 100 bucks, which is the normal price. But wow, this is so beautiful. Really, very nicely done. Looking at this next one here. So maybe this was maybe a more normal version, but you can see, in terms of, putting your camera on a tripod, shooting it, in lower light and everything. Boy, oh boy, you did just everything just right. So beautiful. I don't know what your ISO is. And here I can see that, here's the little stamp for Photomatics. But, you can always sort of tell a lot of times when, you have HDR pictures. Since I do a lot of HDR stuff too. So, but a real nice combination, you get this nice shadow detail, you get this nice highlight detail. I just love HDR. So, beautiful. Another beautiful shot. And wow. Very, very, very dramatic. Beautiful, beautiful. Um, this one I don't see the HDR, the Photomatics thing, so I'm assuming that this was maybe just the last light of the day, and you just get such a dramatic shot. Especially the warm light, maybe of the setting sun, and then these tungsten lights in back here too. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Great composition. Everything just beautiful all around. Okay, this is also, whenever you're shooting architecture like this, being able to, in terms of composition, putting it in that rule of thirds, here your area of focus, that works out really well, and these lines of the steps drawing your eye over to this area right here where it has the dedication, the keystone for the building. So very nice. And the same kind of thing here too. Where everything just kind of leads you right in lines pulling you right in there. And the exposure and everything, very nicely done. Obviously, you probably had your camera on a tripod, so that's great. That's really what you need to do for these kinds of things to get, you always want to really get as sharp an image as possible whenever you're dealing with architecture. So something like this, yeah, this is great too. Um, Maybe you could have cropped off a little bit right here. Hard to say. This one I think I'd have a little fun with, just trying to just see what I could do in terms of cropping, because it seems like something here something can be cropped. I'm not quite sure what it is, but otherwise, in terms of exposure and white balance and everything, all those things that I always pay attention to, beautiful, beautiful job with that. And then the fact that you got this great yellow and blue, these complementary colors working together here in this image, and kind of a late in the day kind of shot, or maybe early in the morning kind of shot, and you have this beautiful complementary color thing going on right here. And the fact that this is sharp and the background a little bit soft, that really pops out your subject right there too. Oh boy, and what great detail on this too. Fantastic, fantastic detail. So, lighting and everything. It's really nice. The time of day that you shot this, really shows off all these great little details, and they're not hidden by, maybe like noonday sun kind of harsh lighting. And something like this, wow. Um, if I were going to be just a little bit picky, if you take this into Photoshop, I would have probably just pulled on this or whatever so that I had all my lines just, and that's just, architecture kind of stuff. But, just as it is, the time of day that you shot it, the white balance, everything, stunning. Really, really beautiful. Very nice. And very nice, you go in and get these little detail shots too. Um, these little tiny things like this, especially when you have it combined with a big body of work, always add up to, nice, a nice way to tell a story. Great, exposure and everything here in this hallway. Beautiful white balance. Look at that white balance. Really fantastic. And of course, when you have some daylight down there, it's always going to go maybe a little bit blue compared to the primary white balance of the interior. But beautiful. Everything. Putting everything on a tripod and everything. Looks like you may have done that, or maybe you shot at a high enough ISO. Sometimes they don't let you put tripods in these buildings. Hard to say, but very nicely done. Very nicely captured. Once again, another really nice detail shot. Being able to get this little detail of some sort of painting. And, with the candles, or I guess those lights, framing that part of the picture. Something like this too. Boy, oh boy, wow! You're really, really picking up some fantastic detail here. Beautiful. I can't tell if this is the sky reflected in the windows, or if that's some painting that's back there behind us. But if that was the sky, oh my gosh, what a dramatic sky that's reflected in there. So, but what a beautiful image. Love the colors. The color balance of this. A nice sort of warmish color balance. Very nice. Let's see what comes up here. Okay, also very nice little detail here. Oops. Some zooming in, zooming out. So I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. Okay. Probably could have just chopped off a little bit of this up here on the top. Probably could have chopped off a little bit of that. And then, wow, to be able to show the detail on the ceiling here too. And you can imagine if you shot this with HDR, that all the little gray detail that you might lose in the shadows, all that, how that would pick that up, in something like that. But wow, just stunning, just amazing. And this is very nice too, always being able to show, especially like something like this, if you're in a library, all these books. And of course, here's another like great candidate for HDR, because you can see down here you got your books in the shadows, and HDR, maybe popping that out a little bit. But in terms of the composition here, always great to get these kinds of nice perspective shots like this. Really directs your eye right to this area. And the fact that this is sharp and this is a little bit softer down here, very nice. And then always tough, whenever you're shooting these kinds of things, depending on what kind of ISO you're shooting at, always tough to get people, in situations like that. So this works out really well, that they're kind of a minor part of your picture, but nicely composed and good white balance. And finally, another, your last shot here. All this beautiful detail that you've gotten from, shooting this building, the library, the public library. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So, and also, I'm always a stickler about trying to get your white balance and everything, and all your images that you've gotten in this assignment all look really strong, very nicely composed. The ones that you did the HDR on, fantastic. Great job, Joyce. So keep up the good work.